mindset work didn't create the opportunity. The mindset work helped you be able to recognize it and then give you the confidence to actually take the action and do it. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Megan and I create videos all about mindset, confidence, and really just finally going after your dream life. In today's video, we are breaking the myth, we are busting the myth that mindset work is really just wishful thinking, and that when we're meditating and we're visualizing, we're expecting these like miracles to happen in our lives, because the reality is that that's not it at all. And mindset work is a very tangible, scientific thing, and really is a way that we can make actual strides and monumental changes in our lives. Without a doubt, it doesn't matter how much you work on your mindset, action is required. And really, mindset work is helping you attune to those opportunities that are already there. I've been trying to find a way or learn to better explain tangibly how mindset works. And I'm like less than a chapter into the book called Rewire Your Brain, and I'll leave it down below. I'll put a little picture up here for you. And it has already given me like this mind-blowing aha moment, but this kind of base level knowledge of how our brain works and how we build and rewire our brain is the perfect way to be able to explain why mindset work is not woo-woo, and it's really strategically picking things in your mind, recognizing things, and working to change the way that we think and act. By the way, I highly recommend that book. So you may already know that we have something called neuroplasticity, which basically means that our brains are really able to mold and to shape based on the experiences and the prevailing thoughts and feelings and actions that we take in our lives on a day-to-day basis. We know that we can actually create new neural pathways. So that's exactly what happens when you say implement the habit of flossing, and suddenly flossing becomes easier and easier, and it becomes something that you don't really think about. It's just part of your routine. And the way that this book has really helped me understand building habits and building new neural pathways is neurons that fire together wire together. And the more often that they fire together, the faster and easier they fire together and further wire together. And so when you think of that, and you think of your habits and things that you're doing day in and day out, you're either wiring those habits to get stronger and stronger, or you're doing the opposite and you're wiring yourself further and further away. And so I know a lot of these things that I talk about feel repetitive, but the repetitiveness is the work. That's why the daily practices are so powerful, is because that's what really cements these new pathways and creates new ways for us to respond to things that maybe we would have chosen differently before, but we're constantly building up this new muscle to take different action and a different response. Another big misconception is I think this idea that we're just supposed to be positive, just be positive and think positive, and that's not really reality. There's always going to be ups and downs in life and times where you're not happy and you're not go-lucky. This isn't always how I am. And so it's really important to build those foundations. That's often when we find ourselves falling back into negative habits, is when we're going through a difficult time. Positivity and mindset give you the space to be able to connect with yourself and to be able to get those messages that your body and that the world is giving you. Intuitively, we're constantly gathering information, but unless you give yourself the space to connect to it, you're never going to be able to implement all of the information that you're collecting. And that's, I think, where the difference between a positive mindset comes in and a negative mindset comes in. And so I kind of created this little diagram or this chart, which basically goes through our thoughts and feelings, which then convert to our perception of the world, which then connects to the actions that we take, and ultimately the results and the manifested reality that we have at the end. So even when we're talking about manifestation, manifestation is the result of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's not I manifested it and it popped out of thin air, you know? And so again, I think that word manifestation can really get people twisted, and I think we can think about it in the wrong way. And when you're working on your mindset and working on your visualization, and that's where those cool synchronicities happen and you start to see the opportunity and it becomes kind of magical. So when we're feeling in tune and positive, connected, high vibes, giddy in the tummy, that was like kind of some of the words that I explained when I feel in a high vibe state, when I feel like I'm really positive. how is my perspective when I'm in that state? I see opportunity all around me. And I really trust life and trust myself to be able to make the correct decision. And then I have here written, I take butterfly action. So it's like when you have those butterflies in your tummy and you're like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And so that's what I wrote down, butterfly action, fuck it, do it. And what does that mean in terms of a physical manifestation in my life? That means having freedom in my time, because I have consistently worked and taken action to get me to a place where I can have freedom in my time. It means awesome ideas when I'm connecting to myself and I have these moments of clarity and excitement. Working with Latasha is one of them. I was sitting there, I was visualizing, and I just had this vision in my mind of like, what if I was just like her right hand woman and I was the go-to to help her. And I took scary butterfly action and I reached out to her and said, hey, like I would love to work with you full time. If that opportunity is ever there, I would drop everything in a heartbeat to do it. And at that time, it wasn't the right time, but guess what? 3 months down the road, she wrote me and said, hey, I'm looking to hire. Are you still interested? I'd love to have like a meeting or an interview and talk about it. So positivity and mindset work is really taking action that's in alignment with your ultimate self and your ultimate life that you want. And you see, it's just this like perpetual leveling up. Then we have the negative side, jealousy, bitterness, for me, blaming other people, not really taking that responsibility that your current reality is based on your mindset and the actions that you took prior to today. If you're living in a negative, limited mindset, then your perspective is very small. It's based only on your current reality, and you have a very difficult time seeing possibility outside of your current reality. You don't see the opportunities that are sitting there right in front of you. And so you see how you miss out on these opportunities. And so the mindset work didn't create the opportunity. The mindset work helped you be able to recognize it and then give you the confidence to actually take the action and do it. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I'm so excited that I was able to find a book that really helps me understand and be able to articulate to you guys the power of these practices. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more. If you don't follow me on Instagram, come check me out there. I hope you're all doing so well, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye guys.